metabolic processes of a normal human. So it still has to digest food. It has to do all of this stuff, but it can't do it as fast as if it were alive, because the infection is affecting its motor skills. So it still behaves as if it were alive.
I'm gonna sneeze.
It is, no, it behaves as if it were alive in a very small, you know the 7 signs of life or whatever it is? Respiration, energy, well, one of them is reproduction. It's not like you see zombies having sex all the time. They don't do that.
No, their form of reproduction is biting people.
Actually, they do reproduce. They bite other people and
that's their
reproduce. Yeah. That's how they reproduce.
Okay,
that's
fine.
their way of reproducing.
Alright, but they're not satisfying their urge for spreading the zombie gene. They're satisfying their urge for hunger.
No,
their hunger is their basis.
But it's the same thing.
Their hunger is their motivation.
If it was only hunger, they would just eat the person entirely.
They do!
Because the virus...
They do!
Not always.
It takes a while for them to become infected, and if someone's lucky enough to get like a scratch, to get a scratch or to get bitten, then they go away, and then like, however long, depending on what movie, book, / whatever you're reading, takes like a day up to like a couple of hours, maybe like a week for you to become an actual zombie, and then you become one. It's not like the zombies are like, I'm gonna bite you, and then I'm gonna show some self-restraint so that you can become one.
But they die. No, they die off the virus, and then the virus takes control of them. That's not like they don't turn into a zombie. They just the virus just takes over.
I mean, the virus can
kills them and takes over.
Right. So the virus taking over is them becoming a zombie.
Yeah. But it's not like the zombie itself doesn't want to like reproduce or eat. They're dead. They're dead. They're just controlled by the virus. It's the virus that is the zombie.
Where's the virus getting its energy?
From
the host.
A virus cannot live independently of something. It's feeding off of whatever it is. And if
it's feeding off of the decomposing flesh.
No, the zombie isn't dead. The virus is taking over whatever left is alive of the zombie and converting whatever that is left into a livable.
Yeah, that's the very basis of difference between zombie and infected. The zombie is something that is truly dead and come back to life. An infected is something that still has semblance of life in it and is being controlled by a disease or something that takes control of its brain.
Okay, so in either of these situations, is it plausible that they still have some form of liquid blood left in them?
An infected, yes. An infected.
So that a vampire could bite them and then
get the disease, yes.
Either get the disease or infect. So see, vampires show self-control. They do the reproduction thing where they make you a vampire because they have more.
Yeah, because they're sentient.
They're more sentient. They have more cognitive.
But how do vampires biting you like turn the subject into a vampire? Because that's never been well established.
So that depends on which type of vampire you're talking about. Because the original type of vampire is. I have to film myself. Okay, so the original type of vampire is basically like if you get bitten by one, you die, and then like you wake up a vampire.
Eventually.
So would that be a type of zombie because you're waking up?
If you're going by later on types of vampires, like for instance Anne Rice vampires,
they need to feed you.
They need you to feed off of them.
Oh.
You suck out their blood, and then you give them back yours.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, it's Buffy vampires are like that.
Buffy vampires are like that, right?
And Anne Rice vampires are like that.
It's like in the description.
Okay, so let's switch the situation around then. What if there is a vampire who is slow enough? Let's forget about motives for a second.
Yeah.
Let's suspend belief on that. What if a vampire were to let a zombie bite them and then somehow manage to separate themselves from the zombie? Would the zombie taking the vampire's blood, as per the Buffy / Anne Rice vampire style, turn the zombie into a vampire, or would the bite from the zombie infect the vampire and turn them into a zombie? Because remember that vampires also have blood in them.
But like they have to die before they can like
turn into a zombie.
Be taken over by the virus.
Can a vampire die?
Can a vampire?
No, it's already.
You don't necessarily have to die before the
vampires can die in certain ways.
Because from what you're saying, vampires are more dead than zombies, but they have more cognitive reasoning.
Generally, I think a vampire like has to be physically destroyed, or like have part of them that's essential physically destroyed, like their heart.
Their heart stabbed with the
stake, which I never understood.
Or if they get burned.
A magic sword.
By the sun, or in some things of fire. That's werewolves.
Okay, wrong mythological creature.
Holy water is vampires in some.
I think holy water covers like everything.
It can burn you if you're a vampire.
I mean, I have no say on vampires biting zombies because I honestly have no idea what this Anne Rice business is. But
She's a writer I read when I was in high school because I was lame.
But I can say that vampires could turn into zombies because they are beings. They have
But they're
cells.
more dead than zombies. So from what you're saying, the virus needs something to hold on to, and if they're already dead.
But do vampires actually have like blood running through them?
It was always my belief.
Yes.
Or do they
Well,
like, just ingest
It was always my belief that they had the blood running through them, but it was
Yes.
not their own blood. It was the blood of the people that they sucked.
They're dead with all what's.
But if that were the case, their body would have to be built differently, so they could extract
That's
the
true,
most
yeah.
energy from the blood. So would they have like cells as we do, or would it be different?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think that anyone has ever gone into that.
Stuff from that's more.
I mean, because I've always thought of it as like when a vampire bites a subject, they inject a part of their soul into this is different.
Because
They
people are
inject part of their
Horcruxes.
soul into the subject, and that part of their soul controls their subject.
The reason
Like
that
a
you can't see a
Horcrux?
vampire in a mirror.
I think so. Is
No,
that-
the reason you can't see a vampire in a mirror in mythology is because they don't have any form of soul. Nothing
Yeah.
to reflect.
Oh, right.
So then how do
Like
they
a venom,
get-
I guess, is
have
what
they-
they have.
Although it depends what kind of vampire you're talking about again.
Yeah.
Well, the ones in Buffy couldn't, because I remember there was this hilarious line where one time Willow was looking at Angel and she's like, Angel, how do you shave?
But doesn't Angel have a soul?
Yeah, but he doesn't have a reflection.
He doesn't-
That's weird.
I guess
Yeah.
Because
His beard doesn't grow out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
But
Beard
it's-
probably wouldn't grow. So what happens if they shave all their head off? What happens if they shave
It
their
just
head
doesn't grow
off?
back.
Does it just never grow back, or are they bald for eternity?
do they have regenerative?
In Anne Rice, actually, it always comes back to the length that it was when they were made into a vampire.
Okay.
Oh.
So they're
So if you have a full beard when you get down into a
they're stuck with everything.
Then you have to shave.
stuck with
I
a
always
full
sort of
beard
assumed
forever.
like the venom sort of froze everything if you think of vampires as having venom, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I think that there's
Oh.
definitely some things, like I think in Buffy, that their hair doesn't grow or whatever. But then again, how do you shave?
Well, I
Seems like a
remember
weird
back in the old days
question.
when Angel first died, he had longer hair when he was like a womanizer and a
Yeah.
philanderer.
That
Not
could
that
have
we're
just
talking
been that he
about
was supposed to
Buffy,
get a haircut.
But I like what you
possible.
just said. Where
It's
did you get
possible
that
to cut
theory?
your
Where
hair
the
shorter.
vampire venom freezes the cells of others to make them.
Twilight is where I heard it.
Oh,
yeah.
freezes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's work on her thing about the venom.
I was about to address this, but now.
I don't know if we're counting Twilight as a reference.
There's a fungus in the Amazon.
Oh, that
rainforest.
one's cool. That's more zombieism.
That's zombieism.
Okay,
but
what is this?
There's a fungus that exists in the Amazon rainforest for like hundreds and hundreds of different insect varieties.
Harry, this camera
when-
doesn't think you have a face.
I don't have a face.
I realize that's
what?
a face, but you don't.
But when like the specific insect species
There
gets
we go.
infected by this fungus, its body gets taken over by said fungus and it turns into a type of zombie. But it can also be thought of as a vampire because
Say that again. The fungus gets onto like animals and stuff.
like let's say the animal
Insects
inhales the
specifically.
fungus. Then,
Insects.
Yeah, insects.
And what
Mostly
happens to them?
Then the fungus takes over the insect's body and it goes into the
I think
brain.
I'm gonna
and then
stop
it starts,
filming.
Yeah, it will.
Are you serious?
Should I stop
No,
filming?
no, no.
Okay.
No, never.
It goes into the brain and then it spreads itself through like the blood and it just branches off like like a tree.
So is it in the brain or is it in the blood?
It's both. It's centered in the brain.
Everywhere.
It's throughout the whole body.
How small is it? How could it be in
It's
the
a
bloodstream?
micro-
It's
Also,
smaller than spore.
insects are not warm-blooded. How do they have such developed cardiovascular systems?
They don't.
They have,
Oh,
they have
yeah.
systems, they have systems that are
Fungi.
based on
Fungi are microscopic often.
Yeah.
Well, they have spores and stuff.
Yeah.
But the spores
the
are not the
mycelium-
full developed.
The mycelium are microscopic, and then you get enough of them, you can actually see
Okay,
the thing.
I guess. And what happens?
and it branches out through the body and then it goes to like it takes the insect and it brings it to like a crowded location where there's more of that insect, and at that point the insect dies and the fungus
Feeds on
breaks
the body.
breaks out of the head of the insect and then it releases its spores all over the colony in order to spread itself. Now, if we were to
This-
think about vampires in the same way, we could think that they have a specific fungus developed in their venom that would do the same things to its subject, but instead of making it like reproduce more, it would just take over the subject's body.
Right, so it's control enough to take them back to their like home.
It puts them.
What
outside.
exactly? The mind control is it takes them home.
It makes it first. It makes the insect climb high, and hang itself upside down from somewhere. Then it makes the insect stop, hold on, and just stay there, like until the mycelium has a time to grow outwards and release its spores down onto the ground below it, where any other insects that get hit by a spore will grow into them, and it will spread like this. This is an actual.
But that's not normal insect behavior. There's no like let's hang
being
upside
taken
down.
over by the fungus.
It actually changes its behavior.
I wonder how it does that.
There's actually a
It's
few
still
things
being
that do
studied.
that.
It's not
Yeah.
completely certain. It's still being studied.
There is an like entire game about this that's being developed. It's
Really?
Cool. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they use like the fungus as like the like zombies per se, instead of the like random outbreak. It's the fungus. It's cool.
See, that would make a lot more sense than the games we have these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Random
So
outbreak, you're in a mall.
I don't trust this chair.
It's like your shitty.
Does anyone know what that cat disease is called?
Cat disease? Oh,
The
yeah.
cat
yeah,
brain
yeah.
disease?
I know that
Cat
one.
brain
I know
disease.
that one. It affects specifically females. It's
Is it
found
the
in
one
Mad cat disease?
no, it's found in cat's poop.
for
And it-
pregnant women? It's dangerous.
Oh, it's
and
like
it's
a
specifically-
Toxoplasmosis.
Yeah.
What is that?
It makes women happy.
Yeah,
That's why you get crazy cat.
But they think that
No, it's a
That's-
disease that's found all commonly.
it's
in
spread
cat
by
food.
cats.
Yeah.
And
And it makes like it affects
And it
the
gives women
women's
the
brain. Yeah.
they also think that it might be associated with mental illness, though, like
Yeah.
schizophrenia possibly, or
And
like other
that's
things.
kind of the idea of where the crazy cat woman came from, the one with all the cats. Because they
But I never read that it only affects women. I think it affects
No,
men
it
too.
affects women and men differently. Women, it makes them more happy and cheerful, and men, it does kind of the opposite.
I've never seen a crazy cat man.
Yeah,
I'm sure they
grumpy,
exist.
less happy.
So
Crazy dog man.
It sounded like you said dong man.
Well, thank you very much.
This is my brain.
This is
Yes.
But yeah, back on the vampire issue.
Yeah, let's get back to
So
the-
could vampires turn into zombies?
What's our verdict, guys? Okay, let's go around in the circle. What do you think? Can vampires turn into zombies?
Do I have to go first?
Just a yes or a no.
Because we're stuck.
No, because I thought
I'll go with no, because the thing that makes them vampires might cancel out the zombie virus, if that makes sense.
Well, have you ever
Perhaps.
heard-
Oh, what if they're
have you
not
ever
mutually
heard
compatible?
of a vampire getting
Ah.
What about you, Jackie? What's your opinion?
Have you ever
I
heard
don't
of
know.
a
I
vampire
think I
getting
would say
cold, getting any type of
no,
virus?
just
getting
because
sick?
I
Oh,
think
it's true.
when a vampire
can't infect a
dies,
vampire.
they
Oh,
are
you can't
born
infect a
as
vampire.
a
But that's
vampire,
with
so
a
they're not
regular
humans.
living disease.
So
This is not the
Okay.
dead disease.
This is
So-
No, it's alive.
the virus. If
So,
it's infected.
In
These are
Jackie's
vampires.
opinion, vampires are not human, so they can not be turned into zombies.
Yeah.
Because they're like
That is
dying
exactly
before
me.
they
Different
vampire.
biology.
But they're dying and...
And what about you, Ria? What do you think?
Well, they just brought up a really good point of,
Because vampires can't get sick. They
But
can't
the thing
get
is,
viruses.
so they can't get sick because they... Okay, I don't know why vampires are vampires. Do they have a vampire
wait a
virus
minute.
or something
The
that makes them a
reason-
They're
vampire?
not reborn with
Yeah.
magic or something.
With magic?
I think so.
In most constructions, it's some kind of magic.
The reason viruses or diseases or microbiota, whatever, can specifically affect humans is often because of the temperature. These viruses are bred
It's true, vampires are cold.
32 degrees Fahrenheit,
Because
or
the human
32
body
degrees
is an
Celsius.
incubator, and that's what
Vampires.
lets the virus
So because
go.
vampires are cold and because the zombie virus
Virus is a virus.
is a virus and it affects humans that are normal-blooded,
Normal-blooded.
temperatured,
Then it can't.
It has nothing
exist
to
in
catch on
vampire
to.
But-
because it's not
but
an
we're still
incubator.
based on the premise
Why
that a
is
vampire is created through magic, which I might have a problem with. What if we
Yeah.
had to come up with some sort of biological explanation for it?
Then in that case,
What would
vampires
it be?
would be
What-
warm-blooded.
Then they
Because
would be.
magic.
But how are zombies warm-blooded? They're only warm-blooded when the
True.
virus infects someone. They're not warm-blooded after the person
No, no,
dies.
they're warm-blooded.
They're
It's just
not
that the virus takes
warm-blooded.
over their
Vampires
body
are like
functions.
immortal being with like super strength and like fast speed and like burn with the sun. Like it's
There's
it's
no scientific
just
basis
magic.
behind it.
It's like
Yeah.
a magical
But if
being.
we had
So we're going with no
so
sparkling
zombies
beer?
are real then. I mean, I'm just
no,
saying.
zombies are like more modern in
Well,
like.
if you look at say rabies, it's very much like zombieism in some ways. It
No.
causes
It causes.
it causes extreme anger and agitation. eventually it'll kill you, but it causes extreme anger and agitation.
I mean,
you
so
want
does
to,
syphilis,
you start
but, like-
biting.
But it makes you bite things. Like rabies causes the biting behavior.
No, syphilis, if left untreated, causes mental illness and
That's true.
a breakdown in some. Stalin had it.
Rabies.
Maybe that's why he was so nuts.
Want to bite people.
So if you went back in time and got Stalin, like before he got
Okay,
syphilis,
Stalin,
then you could have yourself like a
Are you my
a totally hot non-dictator dude. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, just give baby some penicillin.
Yeah.
Just like to historical
Don't even
figures.
I think like in most mythologies or whatever,
Yes.
you know, it what happens usually is that it's not just not gonna work. There's something that is gonna be happening, but it's not gonna be either one. It's gonna be something else. Like it might create something else.
Like a hybrid.
A
Yeah, a hybrid or
zombie.
Zombie.
yeah. I'm sure it's been done. Like I'm sure.
A Bambi or a zombie.
Bambi.
No, Bambi sounds.
Depending on
Bambi.
which is male
That
and
sounds
which
like
is female.
Bambi, exactly.
Which is the
Aw.
infector, which is the infectee. Then we could do the naming if we like. I
Like
think
a-
if
like a
vampire
liger?
infected a zombie, it'd be
a Bambi.
Could be two different things
Bambi, I
also.
think.
It doesn't sound.
yeah,
doesn't sound-
yeah, like you said, like a
Like,
liger or a
okay.
Tygon. if I
Yeah,
pronounce that
I
correctly.
think that's how it goes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still want more video of this, Harry?
An ass and a mule.
16 minutes.
Something one day.
16 minutes.
This may be important.
Put it on YouTube.
Hey, it's very
Full
important.
footage. All
Very important information.
I think
You
so.
heard it here.
What's your YouTube channel anyway?
What do you think, Rhea?
Paris
I think
Havoc.
that if you have
You can check
If
it
you
out
have
on the GMAN.
vampires that are biting zombies, first of all, I want to know why, because. But
Plus if you're working by this point, that would be like.
supposedly they're smart, right? And they can like outrun
They
zombies,
cannot
right?
eat
Or
dead
they let a
blood.
zombie bite them, or why would they bite a zombie?
That's pointless to them.
But I feel like
Well, then,
if you
fine.
had
Yeah.
Again,
Again,
zombies
well, that's true,
who
but then
became
that gives
vampires,
them
they would sort of take on
virus,
some of the
zombie
like.
virus
Let's
to
assume
transfer
that they
infection,
maintain
they're
most of
drinking
their
dead blood.
original status, and like
yeah.
the
They die
infection or
from
whatever
it.
has to take over the fringes of
They-
what's left of their humanity.
Um,
And so they're
since
mildly
they
vampire-like,
are
but they're still
already
essentially
dead,
zombies.
then they can't get
which
infected because they're already dead, so
Seems
they'll
upsetting
infect
because
them.
then they have slightly more like keener senses and slightly more, I don't know, speed, strength, whatever it
dangerous.
is, right? But it's far better than thinking that you have a vampire who on the fringes has become a zombie and then they're gonna go around not just being beautiful and like,
Harry's memory
like
card is gonna be full of
getting
this.
people to come over to their side or living their
I
lives.
hope I'm not covering the microphone.
You're- you know,
Underage girls.
They are also going to be recruiting other people to this zombie cause by biting them and making them into
Zompires.
I don't know.
Well, I just thought of this.
Bambi
'cause
zombies.
if you,
But they're faster, they're more able, they're at the base of it all, more dangerous, but they have this extra zombie drive of eat, hunt, go, go. You know, and that I feel would make them far more dangerous.
Wait, how about
Would
this?
they rot?
Would anything happen if a
Don't-
hybrid bit a
Good
hybrid?
question.
Wait.
Maybe they would just turn into humans.
If you're
If you think about it. Oh my It is on video.
I told
if you're going to work
Maria, come sit with us. Okay. I'm gonna stop filming
No!
because it's a little difficult. If someone else wants to film, that's fine, but I don't want to hold the camera anymore.
If you're going to work,
Okay.
yeah. If you're going to
Although
work,
your battery's running like half.
Seriously?
What was your point?
if you're
It's
going
been 18 minutes of us talking about zombies and
That's
vampires.
awesome.
I love that.
Okay,
if you're going to work by Anne Rice, by Anne Rice's view of vampires, drinking dead blood
It's
is,
not
is
good.
deadly to them. It's
Well, it makes them sick. It doesn't kill them.
it could kill them.
Then none of them ever
But,
die
like,
from drinking
how
dead
can
blood.
they be killed
But-
again because they are already dead?
Well, because if I
Those
think if they
are
would just
vampires.
cease to be, they would.
They're not
cease to
actually
exist.
dead. They're sort of possessed by a spirit in
Anne
Rice.
Rice, really?
Yeah, if
I've
you
only
read
I've only read
Queen of the
Interview with a
Damned,
Vampire. Okay.
it explains the origins of the vampire as being like this like weird sky spirit that like got into the blood of the first vampire.
But
so
if they
it
were
sounds
just
ridiculous.
drinking
It
dead
is.
blood, then they wouldn't get any nutrients from the
Or-
blood.
Or at least the
The,
blood.
like the
It's
fresh
life
life.
itself.
But it's dead.
Because if
blood.
the blood
Yeah.
is
Like, if
still
they just
alive,
relied on
then
that,
the blood
then I don't
cells would
think-
still
They
have
can't
their,
drink dead blood in Anne
Yeah.
Rice.
God, what the hell is it called? The organelles. What's that called? What's that organelle called?
Which-
Just energy.
Oh, mitochondria.
Mitochondria?
Because the blood is still alive, the mitochondria are still alive, and that produces energy.
Yeah,
for
but I
the
assume what
vampire.
they mean by
There's no
alive
mitochondria
blood
in
is just
blood.
oxygenated blood, because after
No,
a
it's
while the
Blood from people who are alive.
Blood from people.
Right,
who are
but
alive.
I mean,
Which would be oxygenated?
I mean-
your blood can still have oxygen even after you die.
Yeah, it's
This is
true.
not exactly a scientist.
No.
if you are an like assistant, right? But like if they just cease to exist, will they just like pop? Like,
I don't know, they turn to dust or...
Because there are a lot better things that
in
are
Anne
oxygenated
Rice,
than
the way
blood.
for vampires to die is basically to be burned to death, to ashes, basically. Oh,
Nice.
that's hurt.
Really, even steak,
So, by going out into the sun, but only if they're really young, actually, because if they're really old, then they can survive going out into the sun, although they do still catch fire. Or jumping into a fire. But they can even survive getting their head chopped off, because they can, like, fix it back on.
Really?
Yeah, it happens.
Ugh.
How do they reconnect all the nerve endings to all of the different...
They're
Magical.
They can have cells for
What is this conversation if not based firmly in science?
I know.
This is not working out, honestly.
Oh, man.
Would anyone else like to add anything?
I would like to
Well,
add
we were-
that neither
we were-
scenario can happen because they don't exist.
Shut your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the be all end all
What
for
fun is life without
Yes.
vampires and zombies?
If Rockwell-
Personally, I like being
able.
able to walk down the street at night without having to worry about
Well,
vampires.
the apocalypse
Or
didn't ask
do
for
There's
we?
enough to be concerned
The worry itself is what makes life
with, like, you
fun.
know, the cat collars and the rapists. I don't want to have to worry about vampires.
Cat collar? Oh,
What are cat
I thought, yeah.
People who, like, whistle and, like...
Not like
come up with
that.
their car and, like,
Yeah, I thought.
hey, lady!
Yeah.
Well, if I saw someone
Yeah.
wearing a cat collar, I would
lot,
be a bit
actually.
concerned
Yeah.
too.
I was talking about it with some friends on the internet, and they were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that still happens." So I started keeping track, and it happened to me like 4 times in a month.
It's creepy.
I thought like cat collar.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm like, are you worried about?
Although, you know,
collar?
reminds me of like
Reminds me of the boys at anime conventions that wear the cat ears and the big bell. They're like,
So
It's
That is
very
very
rare when girls do it.
What are guys doing? It's like rawr.
girls can only
Right.
rarely do it right.
What? Sorry?
Girls can only cosplay as cats rarely, right?
Does Harry have a thing for catboys and bad grammar?
Yes. Love it. Yeah, that's why I was like, huh?
I didn't get either statement, so
First of all, your grammar is terrible,
my grammar is amazing compared to most people. Shh.
and second of all, do you have a thing for catboys? Okay, because that's kind of.
He's gonna like cut this from like editing.
I'm not gonna edit this. I'm gonna leave it all in.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
Even the chair.
Yes.
Especially.
You cannot leave out
I'm
the
gonna
chair.
replay that one. That's the only editing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replay that 10 times.
Remix.
Just post a video of her falling.
I can sing it like a dubstep song.
Oh
I'm
god.
really good at
I know a dude who could do that.
Because I was trying to point at whoever was talking, and you were talking.
Come on.
So anyway.
So this is something as
think we're ever
vampires,
going to
and
reach
On the condition that vampires-
So I came up with the conclusion that
There's no such
that
thing as
zombies
having
that became
fun either.
vampires were
It's like-
dangerous, but not as dangerous
No.
as vampires.
I can have
who
fun
also have
all the
initial
time.
Zombie drive.
I'll do a dance.
I can agree
Yes,
with
wait.
that.
That's like my new way of exercising is I dance around my apartment.
Oh, I love doing that.
I used to
Dance.
do
I
it.
don't want to go running and like have people like stare at my like sweaty grossness.
I also dance in your apartment.
Oh.
Maria, how about this? Most viruses.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
Most viri lack a protein that corrects their DNA after they reproduce, which is what makes them mutate so easily.
They either have a virus will either have DNA or it will have RNA, but not both.
Yeah, and all of them lack
They all
a protein
lack
that
proteins.
corrects it.
They're basically just
Do people
pure
have RNA?
DNA or RNA.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention in that part of biology. What's RNA again?
You haven't talked.
RNA
only
is
do that if you have
the thing that
microbiology, basically.
appears during the copying process. So like you have a DNA, and then the RNA will sort of like mirror that, and then it'll become another DNA and another DNA.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it was? I thought it was used for protein synthesis.
Oh, it is for that too, because that you get RNA in like the ARIA or the retroplastic reticulum.
RNA has
Endoplasmic
The
reticulum.
rough endoplasmic reticulum. That's what it is.
I remember that one.
Smart person.
Oh, excuse me, I'm a brainologist.
I know science, but I know where all the countries of the world are.
Oh.
The Animaniacs.
No,
And I don't think he heard that.
complicated biology.
I don't know if we can be friends.
Pressure.
You don't like humor. You don't like having fun.
I can.
Shut up,
complicate
Felix. I do
biology
so.
Okay.
Who doesn't like fun?
I love fun.
Thank you for breaking that silence.
So anyway,
Yes.
because they can mutate so easily, would zombies mutate and evolve a lot faster than if they were alive? Correct answer.
Evolve into what?
The
That
zombies.
is the thing,
Pikachu?
They can evolve so
Natural
easily.
selection among zombies?
But
But they don't. So
but
scary.
in one lifetime, they can evolve over one lifetime. So they can totally change their form over like. have you seen Resident-
Lifetime, they live forever.
That too. So
Well,
they
not
change very
really.
quickly.
They
Have you seen
sort of-
Resident Evil?
I think there are ways to kill a
Have you
zombie.
seen Resident Evil 4?
Okay,
No,
burn
can you
it.
explain to me why natural selection in zombies is scary?
Because
the
faster
best-
Then you get
the best
stronger
will create more
zombies.
faster zombies,
Evolve
and then
fast
they will
into
all be
better
fast,
zombies.
and then they'll be
No, see,
scary.
the virus
will be
And
screwed.
Like,
human
take that for every
physiology.
scary trait
The
of
virus
zombie
might
you know.
become more infectious.
They'll be scary, we'll be royally
Exactly.
screwed.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
zombies.
not the humans.
Yeah,
We'll be
okay,
able
never
to
mind.
change
Scared.
human physiology.
Yeah.
Scared. It's just like
Okay.
they're pounce on you.
I didn't follow you there, but
Yeah, never mind. No, he just answered my question.
what was your question?
Because since it lacks a protein that corrects its DNA, it only
Mutates really
it
quickly.
only mutates its own DNA, not the human DNA. So it would not evolve its host.
So the virus,
But it would
the virus
evolve
would
itself.
It would evolve itself, so
So-
it might become more infectious. It might.
It might become more infectious, but the thing is, once you get infected by the zombie virus, things start to happen. Like your sense of smell is heightened, and your sense of vision is decreased.
So
your sense of
new zombies might be more powerful or quicker or faster.
But
absolutely.
current zombies
But
wouldn't.
current zombies, I don't think it could change their physiology after.
Unless
that
they were
point.
reinfected with another strain.
Or the same virus evolved and its older strains died off inside
Yeah.
the same virus.
That could happen.
It's something. Yeah, that's very possible. So,
They could be infected by multiple strains of the same virus.
and the same virus could affect the zombie in different ways. Like it could control its metabolic processes differently, so it could create a better zombie.
No.
Yeah,
Within the same host?
within the same host.
No.
Oh, but only if its previous forms of its virus died off in the same host, and its newer form, its stronger form.
This is getting really sciencey.
Yeah.
I love it.
Should we talk about,
Biology.
for all the art students here, maybe we should talk about the, I don't know, the
Theology of
societal,
vampirism.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
Zombies
rainbows.
Oh, yeah.
Consumerism.
That's true. Would there?
Zombieism is consumerism.
No, I saw that.
Oh,
That's
There's this really cute comic of these four zombies sitting around at a dinner table, and now bear with
so
me.
random.
And one,
what's on the dinner table.
who's on the dinner table?
and they're all dressed like really, like sort of nicely, and like the first one is saying, no, we're a symbol of the society's rapid consumerism and how much we are infecting other societies, and someone else was like, no, we are actually a commentary on the literacy and the intelligence of society and how we process things, and like the third one also says something similar, and the fourth one is just sitting there like slumped in his chair, and there's a little thought bubble, and he's like, I just want to eat brain.